Thank you so much, Vivienne. I enjoyed your presentation a lot and learned also quite a few new things. So, welcome everyone. Uh, it's a pleasure for me to be here. Many thanks to World of the Woman and Future. It's amazing opportunity, and let's unpack what we are doing at Vividly.space, what we believe in, and it'll be slightly a different angle, but I've seen today, and I hope you will enjoy it. So first of all, let's look into things once again. What we believe at Vividly.space, we are revolutionizing fan and customer engagement with immersive NFT experiences, and we unlock new levels of engagement and connection as NFTs empower businesses to captivate customers and create unforgettable brand interactions. Once again, let's recap what NFTs can achieve, or with the help of NFTs can be achieved. Quite a few reasons worth investing in customer engagement. Yes, we can prove that there's a greater customer retention, engaged customers reduce churn, and maximize customer lifetime value. So the classical marketing terms, and we can see that well with NFTs. Also increased sales from the loyal customers, and as well as through brand advocacy. And I think this is one of the most beautiful things about Web3, as the customers that are engaged and loyal, they are amazing brand ambassadors. It's also from the competitive advantage perspective, why a company would like to do that. We see quite a few brands already, I would say 500 to 600 already, experimenting, learning with Web3 strategies and NFTs. And I think it's important that more and more brands starting to learn and starting to do this mindset change, that it's not just a customer and not just a one-time off. It's a way how to build community, how to redefine relationships and create those more meaningful. And in order to create a meaningful relationships, we need personalization, and Web3 tools, blockchain, NFTs exactly offer that. We can gather data and we can enhance the experience based on those customer touch points. And trust me, there are quite a few of them. We are making emotional connection. And this is one of the most beautiful things that I've experienced with Web3 marketing. Yes, it's also, as we spoke 20, 30 minutes ago within a panel discussion with other Web3 builders, is that we can gather more feedback from the community, and we can improve our products or strategy based on that feedback. Cross-selling, not only within a company, but they are way more, and it's easier to do partnerships with other brands and from totally different industries. And I think this is so exciting to see how collaborations are emerging. And let's be honest, it's the next evolution of internet. It's Web3. It's not going to go away. It's just only going to go bigger and bigger. And we should adapt it. We should embrace it as part of ongoing digital transformation to stay relevant for the market, for our customers, community members, the most loyal customers, only observers or fans. Even we can find ways how to talk to them. Quick recap once again. If you haven't heard this today or yesterday, let's quickly look at this simple slide. So in Web 2, we have third-party platforms, for example, Google, Meta, and similar. And these are basically doing intermediary role between a customer acquisition and customer lifetime value. So on, for example, a Meta platform, we can acquire a customer because Meta will provide us customer data. We can do ad campaign, or just because we use social media, with organic growth, we acquire our customers. And these teams, Google, Meta, and similar big tech, these are centralized marketing teams. Algorithms are closed. We don't see the code. They might edit it, they might change it, and we need to, again, take some time to figure it out. And these are the top-down activities, the way they do marketing. And Web3 is quite different or opposite to that. It's decentralized, and we embrace it. And we're basically cutting that centralized entity, and we're saying, look, we can build a direct link. We are moving to owned and earned marketing. So we owned that customer. We own that customer, we earned it, that link. So we can acquire that customer either directly or from Web2 platforms. But afterwards, it's our link and we can communicate directly. And that's not all. We can build this incentive aligned community. So we do the strategy, people are informed, they know what value will they receive, until what conditions. It's more transparent. Also, if we use the Web3 platforms, the code is mainly open source. So if we decide to use it, we know what we're using, and we can see how it's being developed, how it's changing. And also in terms of how the marketing is being done. So we're closer to the customers. So there are flexible lean marketing teams to pivot quickly, to deliver value quickly to exactly those communities. And of course, community focused activities as part of that. Let's quickly look how the tech stack looks like. So we do have here in this visual of Web2 and Web3 pretty close to another. And I think it's great because they are communicating and should be communicating. So there should be bridges and links built from Web2 to Web3 and vice versa. So let's look on the brand perspective. We might see the same brands doing Web3. We might see Web3 native brands, absolutely new. But if you ask me, I believe that Web2 brands should join Web3 and should embrace Web3. So I'm very much bullish about that. I'm glad to see more and more Web3 native brands being built. It's amazing. But for the mass adoption, we would need more and more Web2 companies joining the Web3. What it would mean for them, it would mean that they might explore a new channel. Web2 companies are used to Facebook, TikTok, social media, and now they have, let's say, additional layer to take care of, to consider. What if they add to their physical or digital products NFTs that can be afterwards sold on OpenSea or can be acquired on Decentraland? And in terms of infrastructure, there are many more companies. That's the layer I'm super excited about. And I'm also actively using with our customers and clients. Our expertise lies is that we know the infrastructure layer of Web3, and we can support Web2 companies finding the right infrastructure, the right tool and platform for their strategy. For example, Try Your Best, I like them a lot. They're not only building communities and incentivizing any feedback that customers would give, but at the same time, they are also encouraging user-generated content and rewarding community members for that. Just to give one example, but there are many more platforms, and there's ad tech, community building, growth. The landscape is huge. I could spend literally an hour talking about the whole infrastructure landscape of Web3 that is meant for customer engagement and loyalty. And the protocols, it's being built on top of Polygon, Avalanche, Ethereum, and Solana, just to name a few. Let's dive in and see a marketing strategy I suggest as a low-hanging fruit for those who would like to start. And as we explored during the panel discussion just half an hour ago, it's definitely worth starting small, learning, and then growing the strategy. So we say that non-fungible tokens are unique digital assets that represent ownership or proof of authenticity of a specific item or piece of content. It can be anything, an artwork, a collectible, any touch point that we can imagine. It can be also attached to any physical product or in real life experience. So for me, it's about the three main pillars. So the value creation, whatever we decide that it will be the value creation, we will deliver to our customers, community members, or followers to inform them about the value creation. And it's about this personalization and token gating. I'm very much fascinated about that, how it can be a unique and touching experience. And based on the data points, we can see how many people have used this opportunity, we can see all of the analytics, and then we can pivot and improve the strategy and the execution of the program. So let's break it down to, I call it one approach, very simplified approach, but it can be applied honestly to any company. It could be small and medium-sized enterprise, an influencer, a musician, or a large enterprise. And first of all, there's a strategy. We know that we are committing to, let's say, 3, 9, or 18 months. And the longer the better. I'm absolutely sure that NFTs are the long-term strategy and long game. You are allowed to experiment, to fail. I wouldn't call it fail. I think everyone who is embracing NFTs is a pioneer and should be celebrated. But let's just be open, and let's say just whatever you plan, that's great to have. You can always come back and you can adjust it. So we say we do have a plan, and we do know how we will deliver value to NFT holders, to community members, to customers, and to how we're going to attract followers and going to communicate it to them. And then we do create those meaningful moments, and we do have the engagement part where community members and customers can acquire their NFTs, and it can happen in thousands of different ways. They can get it automatically for a purchase, or they can even get it backwards for the purchases they made this year or last year, if you want to start program doing that way. And what I'm super passionate about is non-monetary engagement, meaning that I didn't need to pay, I didn't need to do a purchase, and I'm getting an NFT. And I love that. Absolutely. I'm passionate about it, because there are ways that we can identify those loyal community members on social media. They attended a webinar, a live, and they can get an NFT for that. And we can separate the different audiences. We can separate, we, for example, can afterwards reward those people who are joining our virtual events. So they're not buying anything. They're just still following the brand, engaging with the brand, and we can address them, or we can mix. That's the identify part, the number 3. So get to know your most loyal customers, fans, and community members. And you can have like so many different varieties, how to mix monetary and non-monetary engagement. And there you can say, oh, we see that this person is buying 3 times or 5 times and attending 2 events or attending 10 events. And based on that, we can afterwards provide a reward or the value to the community members. And again, there's a stage approach and token gated approach. So only those token holders that we have defined can redeem. And at the moment, we are very excited to be working with one thought leader and influencer with a 31,000 follower base on Instagram, a podcast, and a fashion brand. And strategy is executed with 100% non-financial NFTs, meaning it's a low-hanging fruit, because people don't need to buy a crypto. They can even obtain their NFT with an email address. Of course, we afterwards encouraging them to put it on chain, to share their wallet address with the app. But still, they don't need to purchase anything. They just earn NFTs based on their engagement. And these are absolutely beautiful touch points I believe we have created for that brand. All right. Let's dive one level deeper. Let's look just on a few things that we can afterwards offer to the audience. And these are, again, non-monetary rewards and monetary rewards. So it can be personalized to the audience that, for example, we know that visited only that event or visited an event and is an existing customer, attended a webinar, bought a ticket. So all of the possible combinations. And based on that, we can see how we could deliver. So we can really measure what was that value for our community or not. We can see the numbers, the claims, and afterwards we can track the engagement and improve the utility. So definitely it's about learning and improving. We don't know what people will like. We can assume, and afterwards, all right, if we see there is more and more traction, after, for example, I don't know, in real life perks or services, for example, here in the corner, or a coupon or an online course, or ask me anything. And afterwards we can think about to deliver more of that. And here you see in the middle just a few examples what can be delivered. And it's a mix of just a shout out, just appreciation, or exclusive experiences, discounts, or even merchandise. Here is an example. I think it's such a low-hanging fruit that our company did. So my business partner, he also owns a surfing school, and they created just a contest to win a surf trip to Portugal, and anyone could participate. And they did it on their Instagram live stream. I think everybody is used to that. So they announced that there's going to be a limited amount of NFTs. People could claim it. They collected quite a few email addresses, and this is their community at the moment, the core community. And now they are delivering exclusive perks only to those people. And again, we see that this approach, that although we used Web2, a platform, afterwards we have an email address, we have NFT, and a connection and conversation is established directly. And there's no need to use any more Web2 platforms. And results are impressive. So 300% lower customer per acquisition rate. Another beautiful example we are proud of, we promoted female-led businesses to onboard them on Web3 to find supporters on their journey. And we had the pleasure to work with 10 different businesses, coaching, fashion, on the fashion makeup brand, all the different brands. And again, we collect resources. We use two tools, Manifold and Tropy. So Manifold for minting NFT, and Tropy for delivering utility. And right away, we said that for every person who will be obtaining the NFT, there will be at least 1,000 euro opportunity in the value. So either it's a freebie, for example, 3 times 20 minutes PR strategy conversation free of charge, or they could be discounts, or it could be complimentary personalized coaching sessions. So different rewards people could explore and redeem. So just to summarize this, as the time is flying and is so scarce, we believe that if you don't want to go all in Web3, NFT can be part of your omni-channel approach. And this is definitely something more and more companies should realize and start exploring, because there's so many things that we can do based on NFTs and deliver a message to our audience. Not only a message, deliver a lot of value. I'm very much bullish about referral programs and staking and voting and immersive experiences. This is our team. I'm very happy to collaborate with Ralph and Dana, and as well as we have a board of advisors. Many thanks for their great support. And here I would like to say thank you so much. Please connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm doing all the time. I'm interactive there, doing posts, activities, thought leadership, interactions. Let's stay in touch. Let's learn from each other. Let's build Web3. Let's leverage, and let's have more meaningful moments, touch points, and build stronger communities. Thank you so much.